everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. I noticed in this video and the last one, my hand passes under the camera as I go to sit down from pushing the button. I apologize for that. I'm waving. Anyway, we started. This was the the arched gatefold something. I come up with these names because I'm trying to think of all the things and incorporate all the things that are in it into the name somehow. And I'm learning how to use hashtags. I don't know. I think I'm learning how to use hashtags. I'm not exactly sure. So, but anyway, so I got tags ready. The tags are going to stay pretty simple. Again, with these papers that I actually used for tags in this last piece, this was in the last video that we did. It's got to get glued in to be demonstrated. We're going to work on the tags in here. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I got one of my little dollar store boxes here that I was putting my bits and pieces and, you know, holding all the stuff in there, which was really good. They work really nice for stuff like that. You can see that it all fits nicely into this little container if you're working on something like this, and then it just snaps closed and you're probably getting a lot of glare, but not bad for $1. It helps me. So anyhow, we had done the outside and we had done this, but we hadn't done any other decorating besides this. So we did put on, I'm going to actually move this up a little bit. I don't know if that's actually in the way. I don't think so. Make sure that I'm in frame. Yeah, okay. What was supposed to happen with this, just a little recap, was these open, and then this was meant for journaling, so we kept it plain, simple and plain, and then it opened again, and we were going to work on the tags and whatever decorating we were going to do. And that being said, I have to come over here because I don't use it very often. Oh, I'm dropping things. It might just be easier for me to go get another one because I don't know where it is right now. All right, hang on one second. I will be right back. I have to go to my glue stash and get some glue. Okay. I know you're in here. Here we go. Okay. Only because I have two of these open somewhere. This Oohoo glue. But it works really nicely for what I want to do with the ribbon. So what we're going to do first, though, is we are going to do the tags. It's not going to take much. These are the tags that are going to go in these little pockets, and then this is the tag that's going to go on the back, and this is the pocket for that, and then this is the tag that's going to go in the middle. Now the only thing I'm doing, I've already inked everything, is I cut out pieces of lace. So let me get those. Actually, this one can stay because I don't need that for a minute. And I'm going to show you where I actually got these pieces from. I bought this thinking, well, I might be able to use it for something like a pocket or, you know, something like that. But I also bought it because I knew I would be able to cut it apart. So I cut one of these out there, and I cut a couple of these out here. I saved the little edge, whoops, along the bottom, so that could be used someplace. And then you have these little kind of teardroppy oval things that you could use. There's flowers here in the middle, and it just depends on how you would want to use it. It would also make a pretty pocket. So just keeping it whole. So all I did, because this was white, was I took my antique linen ink and my brush, the brushes that we use, and I brushed them to make them a little off-white, a little creamy color. That's all I did to that. So this is simply all that's going to go onto these tags, and that is, I'm putting these on for tabs. That one is going to go on this one. I did not fill up my glue, sorry. Said I was gonna, didn't do it. So I will have plenty to finish this project, but nonetheless, I would like to get it full. Just makes it easier, you know? Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. Now originally I had cut this piece because I was gonna cut it out, and then I decided to leave it. So not a big deal if you cut it. See, it's cut here. Not a big deal. I was gluing it down, so it will be fine. So I'm just kind of lining it up. I don't know that you can see it, but I'm lining it up with the peak on the card. I'm just inside it a little bit, and that is how I'm getting it centered, by this piece going up towards that point. So we're going to put that down, and we're going to, I'm actually thinking here, because I only put it on the, what do you call it, part. I'm going to try to get a little, might be a little close to the camera, my apologies, but I want to get a little bit in here along the edge. Make sure, especially right there, to make sure that this part sticks down good. And I found the other part of the wipe, which is good. It's much better than the other piece I was using. All right, so we will put that over to the side right now. And then these, the question was, where am I going to put them? Now, I know that when they're in the pockets, this part, which is what I've chosen to leave as the decoration, won't show when it's in the pocket, but I didn't want to put these very high up, mostly because I didn't want them to pop out the top of the pocket and interfere with it, you know, the look of it when it was closed. So I'm just going to stick these in. Again, I was debating, do I want to, you know, do the arch thing on them, but it's only like a half around here and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, you know what? I don't have to do that, because I will let the lace do it. So that's why I wanted them in the pocket, so I know where I want to put the lace. So I'm going to glue to this stretch of stitching, and then just straight across on these, and then down here. So that's where I'm going to put the glue. So let me get here. Again, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Do it like that. And get it around this ring. And that is something, when we get to the middle pocket, I'll be using another one of these. I'm going to get this out, one, so that I don't glue it into the pocket, and two, so that I can see. Oops, I guess I better glue that down, just so that I can see what I'm doing better here. And I will do that with this. I probably scraped it along the edge. I want to make sure that's out. Okay, and there we go. And there we have it. Can't see a thing. So that's all I did with this. Okay, and that's the top to that one. Let me get the other one out. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to turn it so that the top is towards me, and glue this down. I'm pretty much just gluing straight across, so that these two fan blade looking parts of the lace are glued down, and then straight across here. And that should do it. Okay, so that's, yeah, that's the bottom. So we want this to go here. Okay, I think you can probably see what I'm doing here. And these reminded me of like a lady's fan, you know, a Victorian lady's fan or something like that. I thought that was pretty. So that's that, and nothing else is going to go, you know what, let me just get this up and out of the way, because it is kind of in the way. Nothing else is going to go on these tags. Just leave them the way they are for this. Again, a lot of it has to do with the bulk of it. It's already thicker pieces, and the more I put on them, the more, you know, the thicker it's going to get, and I'm trying to avoid a lot of that. When I get into other places where I have simpler pockets, I will, you know, do more collaging and layers perhaps and things like that. So this can go now in here, and it can actually stay in there because we're not going to bother it, I don't think. This one can go in here. Now before I put this one in here, and it's going to go into this pocket, but before I do, I want to do what I said. And yes, I am parting with this beautiful ribbon. This is the tie. Let me put it over this way. I am parting with this beautiful ribbon. So it's slightly crinkled, not really very, but that's okay. I'm going to cover this, my art glitter glue, if I can get the little tip in the little thing. And I'm going to put my glue, my pin, back in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work from each side, and I'm going to just sort of gather the ribbon up into a gather, and I'm going to leave a string hanging down, well, not a string, a tail, and I'm going to do the same from the other side. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to try to pull the string through here and sort of, you know, glue it down and stuff, and just, yeah, sort of something like that. That's my plan. That doesn't mean it's gonna work. So what I do want to do though is grab, where is, here we go. I'm going to grab a little bit of wax paper, and I'm going to try to just kind of put it in here so that I don't get any glue, you know, off to the side if I can help it. So I don't know if you can see this, probably not, but I'm just taking the edge, and you can see I think the blue showing up, and I'm just taking the edge of the boohoo. Let me just put the cover over it a little bit, and I'm going to just sort of squish and push and squish and push and pinch around that shape of the pocket, just that simply, like so. And then I'm going to cut a piece probably a little longer than I need, but I know I'm going to pull it through that little hole. So we have that down. I'm going to go to the other side and do the same with the glue here along the edge of the pocket. I'm actually going to pull this one back a little bit so that I can get here. Ooh, that was a big glob of glue. I'll pick that up. I don't need all that, that's for sure. Okay, I think I got it off. All right, now let's find an end, and we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, of course I've cut it down now and I can't pick it up. All right, and we're just going to squish and just kind of go along the edge of this, you know, following the curve of the pocket. I think I need a little bit more glue where I took the lump off. I guess I took everything off. I want to make sure that that goes to the edge. Okay, and then I kind of want that one heading that way. Let's cut that off. Okay, now here's the trick. Let me get this up a little bit more up here. get you there. Oh, that was too much glue. Get some of that out of there. All right, that's good. Because it went under my nail. All right. Oh, I'm a little... Once it's down, it doesn't want to move, I'll tell you. I'm going to peel it up a little bit and just put some on my finger. There we go. All right. That works. All right, let me close this up. The glue isn't exactly set, so I need to be careful. I think I may try to work with my tweezers. Trying to find the ends. My goodness. Okay. So I'm going to pull, I think you can see this. I'm going to put the ribbon through here, and I've got this one crossing that way. And then I'm going to pull that down and put the other one, if I can get it through, kind of make it pointier. There we go. And pull that one through. And all right, I guess crisscrossing wouldn't be the better idea. So I like that there. What I'm going to do is take my 3-in-1. I'm going to glue this ring down. If I can get the ink. Why do I always call my glue ink? Okay, I get that glued down there. Let me just make sure we are filming, and yes, we are. I just keep checking because my camera is getting very full. All right, and then I'm just going to throw some glue down here just to get us started. Get my baby wipe and push this down like so. I'm almost to the ends on some of this, but not quite. Come on, darling. Okay. Get this, that. Okay. Good, good. I think I'll leave that on its side. Give it a fighting chance to get it down. This one's still, no? No? You good? No, you need a little more. There we go. Okay. That's that. Now, I think what I want to do from here is just sort of kind of fold it back in on itself, and you know, just, and it will eventually sort of lay flat on its own, but I think that's what I want to do. So I'm going to use this again, and like I said, as it sits in here and gets pressed, it will it'll flatten out on its own like old ribbon would, you know, after it's been sitting someplace for a while. Let me go this way with this one. Okay. Like so, and then we'll bring this one back this way, and I think I'm going to have to cut this end because it wants to curl back on itself. And then we will put a little glue there and glue this one down that way, and a little glue in there. I think I've got it. All right, and I'm going to take just a little bit, scrape it with my tweezers. I'm going to put that in there. Right now it's showing through blue, but it will dry. And then we'll do this one. Let's go out this way a little bit and go like that, and then come back on itself here. I am covering some of these pretty flowers, which is a shame. Trying to grab it. It doesn't want to cooperate. This one does have to be cut a little bit. Oh, I think it'll be okay. And then we'll just bring that one down here. And that's that. Now, I'm trying to think if I want to put something right in here, if I just want to leave it alone. I think I'll pull this out, and oops, my pin back in there, and then this goes in here like so. And that's what the inside, that's how all I'm going to leave it, because this was very busy paper. I may come back and put something here, a little jewel or pearl, or I don't know, something, I don't know, we'll see. But that's how that one's going to look in here. So the next thing, we're just going to flip this over. The next and the last thing that we're going to do is put this pocket on. And this, I took tracing paper. I took the pink lace that I had made and used on the front, only when I glued it on, and I glued it all down with the 3-in-1, then I took the brushed corduroy and the brush, and I just went over it, and then I edged it with the ground espresso and made the edges a little darker, and that's going to go here on the back like so. I can't remember, I think I put it on with this, so let's hope this holds it all. So we'll put this on, hoping I am still in frame. I try to use the numbers here as my guide, because when I look in the camera, when I first set it up, I try to get them just at the edge of the screen. So I'm thinking if I am, oh, you know what, that's wrong. That's the wrong end. Hang on a minute. That's the top, because I wanted the lace hanging over the bottom here, just that little bit. I don't know how well you could see that. You can see a little better there. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been a big deal, except that's not what I intended. So I wanted to get it to just kind of hang over a little bit, just the tiniest little bit. So we will do that. And then, like I said, I like to kind of push it in so there's a little pucker. So that way the what did I do with the tag? Here it is. Okay. And this, I'm not going to put any lace or anything on because I don't want it competing with that. However, I have, oh, actually, no, I decided I was going to do this for the top of that because it looked okay. And there's one thing, where did it go? Oh, here it is. I had one of these little hearts, which I'm going to just kind of trim and kind of make it even on both sides. I made a little bow, and I did that with a fork. Actually, I got a meat fork for this one. I don't know where I put it. It's here someplace. It's in the mess. Here it is. Normally, I use a dinner fork, but I wanted it a little bit bigger, so I used a meat fork. And so that made it just a little bit wider. And we're going to glue that down, and then we are going to do the same thing with the ribbon. And quite honestly, it sort of falls on its own. I'm liking the way it's falling. So I want to actually put this down first. It's going to go here. So this is going to go there. So that's where I want it. So I'm just going to kind of hold it in place. I'm not going to glue it if my pin is in. And I'm just going to kind of put some glue down here and get us started right there. Okay. And then we'll get this little more glue on that, a little more glue on this side. Hopefully we'll have enough. I want to make sure that there's enough glue because it's going into this lace and onto the tracing paper. So I just want to make sure that everything has got glue. So sounds like it's not happy. Okay, I think that'll be okay. Then we're going to take this and put glue on the back. For the most part, we shouldn't be able to see it. It does show through on the Hug Snug, probably on most. But because this is such a big lump, because of the tie in the middle, it shouldn't show. And so what I'm going to do here, though, because again, I would normally use the Oohoo, but because of all the texture, we are just going to try very carefully to use the Fabri-Tac. And since it's going to go in on itself, we will glue just a wee bit right there, and we'll put that there. Then this one, we're going to glue here, because it's falling on its own, which is gorgeous. Just the way it came out. And get back there. This one's going to dry with a little bit of a stain, unfortunately. As I'm holding it down, but as I pick it up, it's coming up on my hands. So that kind of got smeared. But I think it'll be all right. It's not sticking. Oh, it is sticking down there. Okay. Well, let's try this. See if I can get it to stick to itself up here a little bit with the Oohoo. So I've got to actually unroll enough of it. Oh, I got to get the glue off my fingers. Okay, so that's that part. Let me try to scrape some of this off. I just got out of the shower. I was getting ready so that I could go to church in the morning. And yeah, so all right, let's glue this one down here. Again, I apologize because I'm probably in my own shadow here, but we'll get that glued down there, and then we will take the Oohoo. I want to put it over here as well. This would work so much better if it was already down. Come on. Okay. And then we're just going to kind of spin this one around this way. Like so. And let's try this down here. What the heck, huh? Just scrape some of this off so you don't see the blues so much. I said it does dry clear, but nonetheless. All right, so we have that side. We're going to take this side and go this way. This wants to come off, this little self-made patch for the hole. My bottle had split. I didn't even realize it was doing it. And yeah, so wasn't happy about that. But nonetheless, I did manage to get it plugged up, which is good. Okay, and then we'll put a little bit here, because like I said, it's just kind of fallen on its own, which is good. Works for me. And then I'll take a little bit of this again. Well, I'm gluing it with the, I've come to the conclusion that I'll glue it to the lace with the Fabri-Tac, but then glue it to itself with the Oohoo glue. And I'll just put a little down here. Actually, I could wipe off the piece here. And then a little bit of the blue Oohoo in here to hold it against itself. And there we have that. So that's all I'm going to do to this. And and then let me put this up this way, and then I made this piece out of the ribbon, and I think I'm going to put like a pearl up in here. I'm just going to put this down here, and again we'll just glue it, but we're going to glue with the Oohoo. And I just tied it with a single strand of embroidery floss, a color that was pretty close, I thought, to the color of the ribbon, so it wouldn't be quite so noticeable. So I just made one big loop with these tails, and then I made two smaller ones. I tied it together and then snipped the smaller tails, the shorter tails, off. And let me pull this out a little bit more, and we'll start from this side. And yeah, so that's all I did with that, and came out pretty nice. I'm kind of happy with it. Like I said, I think it needs a pearl or something though. So get that in there and fold that over there, and we'll fold this one down here, and we'll get a little on. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I put it on the paper, and then I put it a little bit on the seam binding itself, and then put that down there. And then we're going to go this way with this one. This one is not falling quite as nicely as the ribbon did, but you know, as the bow did, I'm sorry, over there. So we'll put that one that way. I'll grab a little bit on my tweezers and put that in here, and then fold it back this way. Okay. And like I said, it will eventually go a little bit lower, I think. It will eventually flatten out once it's in the journal for a while. It'll flatten itself out. And then it'll look like it's been there for a long time. It'll look old. Like when you find things like that in books and the ribbons have flattened, and you know, they've been there a while. And then we will take this one and just a little glue there and put that there. And let me go see. I don't know how big my biggest. Oh, that's not bad. I think it'll be okay. Let me see this. How bigger ones than this? I think. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I have any other flat back pearls at all. I think this is all I have. And that looks like the biggest size. So let's go ahead and try to figure out how to break into this thing. I know there's a side. I know there is. Here it is. Okay. There we go. And I'm just going to get a little dot of glue and put that in here. You know, I'm wondering, maybe I'll do 3. Maybe I'll do 3. I'm just putting a little extra glue, partly because it's lumpy. You know, the ribbon is lumpy, and let me do it with my knife, I think. And I don't always trust just this adhesive on these things, on these pearls and stuff like that. So we'll put 3 of them here. I think that would be fine. I'll try to get them so that they're kind of straight up. I think that looks pretty nice. And again, you know, if there's any kind of lumpy things like this, these things can be taken out of the journal, so you don't have to worry about it. I don't mind putting the lumpier things or flowers or something, as long as it'll lay relatively flat in the journal. But when you're writing, it's hard when there's stuff like this. So this way, these kinds of thicker pieces, these fancier, whatever you want to call them, can be taken out if you want to write in the journal. So let me just close up my glues, and then we'll take a look at what we have. So let's put down our mat so that it's a little easier to see with my big stains all over it. Okay, so this is what we have. And this too, you know what I'm gonna do, I think I'll do small pearls here. Hang on a minute. What do I do with them? I'm gonna just do some small ones so that they don't stick out as far. I think I can't get the, couldn't get the pin off my fingers. I won't want to do the tiniest ones, or maybe the next to the tiniest ones. Let's see what we have here. We want this down definitely. So we're going to put some glue on that underneath. Okay, and let's get my knife. And I think not the tiniest, but the next to the tiniest. I'm thinking. I'm trying to get this flap open again, guys. Okay. So these are the tiniest right here. You know what? I think these, not the tiny, not the next tiny, but the middle tinies. Let's try to get, come on, flip over. There we go. There's one. All right, clean off my blade a little bit. And two. Okay, and then this one. Oh! Shot that right across. And one right there. Okay, I think that looks kind of nice. Simple, but something, and yeah. I think that's good. All right, let's toss them back down there. Very nice. So this is what we have. Let me get the ribbon here. Well, you know what? We'll tie it up at the end. So this is the piece that we have. Okay, so, and you can see it's gotten a little thicker because we put all the pieces in. So it opens up like this, and you can journal all in here. Then it opens up like this, and you have a card here. Well, a tag, long skinny tag here, a long skinny tag here. You can journal here too if you wanted to. And then this tag here in the middle. And you can journal there, and then that goes back. And then we'll just flip the whole piece over. You have this pocket on the back with this card in here. It's actually the same picture. Printed on two different printers, hence the two different shades. But yes, so that's what we have there. And that's it. So that's this piece, all done, all finished. And yeah, so I think we're okay. Actually, that took less than the last one because I had a fight with the stupid eyelets. I'm standing up. I just wanted to check the time and try to get this thing tied up again if I can. And that will do it. So if you hear that noise, that was my 90-pound Labrador who has arthritis. And he just laid down. We have hardwood floors for the most part in this house. And he just laid down on the bedroom floor up there. And it's a little difficult for him, to say the least. So he kind of plops down. So anyway, that is the Gatefold steeple. I don't know what I called it. Arched Gatefold tag pocket thing, whatever it was I called it. I called it something, and I'll put that on the video. But that's this piece for now. So I just want to thank you guys again for coming along with me and taking part in this and chatting with me. And I will see you in the next video. In the meantime, be blessed, take care, be safe. And yeah, so we'll get something up, I guess, for the middle of the week, I hope. And we'll just keep moving along, checking all of these items, these special pieces that are going into the Olivia Journal. We'll get them all taken care of, and then I will do the final flip through of the journal itself when it's all finished. So take care, everybody, and I will see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.